Hi everyone, welcome to the Dataholics YouTube channel. I am Akshat Agrawal, and in this video we are going to study data structures in Python. And especially we will start with lists, and then in upcoming videos we will learn tuple, set, and dictionaries in Python. And after these four videos, I will suggest you to create a mini project which is already present on the Dataholics YouTube channel in Python project playlist. Right. So without wasting much of the time, let us start. So these are some of the topics which we are going to cover in this video. But before jumping to these, let us understand what are data structures. So data structures are nothing but methods to store the data, manners, or you can say to store the data. See, there are two words actually. The first one is data type. Data type is the type of value which we store in a variable. Data structure is the manner in which we store the data. For an example, if I show you a real life example, let's say this is a book and this is another book. So we are just storing these two books in a manner, right? So this second book came at the last, but it will be first out from the stack, right? So this is last in, first out. So the data structure which stores the data in this manner is called stack. Then there is like another data structure called queue, another data structure called tree. So like there are multiple data structures in Python. So these are some of the complex data structures, but there are primitive data structures also, like list, set, tuple, and dictionary, right? So just to remind you the name, they are very easy. Stack is just like a stack of books. So the book which you have placed at the last will come out at the first. So it's last in, first out, right? LIFO architecture it follows. Then another data structure we have queue. Just queue is like FIFO, first in, first out architecture. The one who has entered the first will come out the first. For an example, let's take a line of persons to purchase movie tickets. The person who has come into the line first will take the ticket first and then go first. So first in, first out, right? Another data structure is tree. Like it's a tree-like structure, like a hierarchy. Like at the top level, we have, let's say, the CEO of the company. Then let's say there are vice presidents or top level managers. Then below managers, there are some more managers. So like a hierarchical structure, right? Tree-like structure. So these are some of the complex data structures in Python. But what we are going to cover right now are lists, set, tuples, and dictionaries, right? So these are called you can say primitive data structures in Python, right? So list is a data structure in which we store the data in actually the form of a list, right? So for an example, if I show you here, let's say I create a list. L is equal to, in a square bracket, we will put all the numbers or whatever we want to store. Akshat, let's say this is a string, this is a boolean, and let's say this is a decimal float, right? Anything, none type data, right? And if I show you the type of L, it is a list. So type is a inbuilt function to check the data type of any function, data type of any variable, right? So now L does not contain one value. L contains multiple values combined into a list. So we can create, so this is just nothing but a list, right? So we are going to cover these topics in the list. How do we create a list, an empty list, homogeneous list, heterogeneous list? How do we create a list from strings? How do we create a list using loops or from user inputs? Then indexing in list, unslicing, properties of list, when do we use it, applications. We will mostly understand the application of the list, operators on list like membership operator, plus, multiplied, etc. And then some functions, inbuilt functions on list, right? Append, extend, insert, pop, remove, delete, clear, sort. There are so many functions, right? So just stay with me through this tutorial, and it will be we'll cover the theory as well as some examples in list. So for example, list is a data structure in Python similar to array in any other programming language. If you have studied about C++, we have arrays there, right? So lists are nothing but replica of arrays in any other programming language, right? arrays are homogeneous while list can be heterogeneous. This is a question sometimes asked in the interview. What is the difference between an array and a list? So in Python, arrays and lists both are similar. There are something called as numpy array that is different, but yeah, generally arrays and lists suggest some similar kind of data structures, right? But arrays are very similar to lists, but they are homogeneous in nature in any other programming language. Homogeneous means it can store only one type of value. Arrays are continuous, elements are stored after one another, and lists are not. So arrays are faster than lists actually, right? Fetching element from a sequence is fast, where the data is present in mannered in an order, ascending, descending. Just imagine it like that. Then lists in Pythons are mutable and lists are ordered. These are some of the properties. It can contain duplicates values, can contain duplicate values, and they are indexed. So we will study about all of these properties one by one. But yeah, this is how do we create a list. So see, this list is equal to apple, banana, cherry, banana, kiwi. Okay, by the way, this tutorial, this notes, you will find in the description a GitHub link, right? And here you will see the class 10 lists in python.ipynb, right? So please refer to these notes, this notebook, Jupyter notebook, and this Python YouTube notes, another notebook for to revise whatever we are studying in Python in this Python series, right? So yeah, coming back to the point. So this list is containing all the values which are strings. See, so any list which contains only one type of value is called homogeneous list. But in the same list, if I add some elements like 1, 2, these are integers, 3.5 float, true, let's say a Boolean value, anything like that, right? So now this list contains different data types and this way it becomes heterogeneous list as shown below in the example. You see, A is equal to 1, 2, 3.4, Akshat, true, Python 1.2, so anything. So this is nothing but heterogeneous list, right? So this is how do we create a list. And we can also create an empty list like, so if I want to create an empty list, L is equal to what I can do, just open close bracket, right? And if I show you type of L, it will be a list only. So this is nothing but an empty list. Now we can add some data to it. We can append or do some operations. We are going to see. Now, just like strings, in list, the data is stored in indexed form. For an example, let's say this is the list, right? Apple, banana, cherry, banana, kiwi. Okay, and also note one thing: a list can have duplicate values. See, banana is coming twice in the same list, and it is printing it like that only. So a list is indexed, first property. A list can contain duplicate values, second property, right? And third property, these are ordered. Understand? The manner in which we have given the data. First, we have written apple, then banana, then cherry, then banana, then kiwi. They are printed and stored in the memory in the same order. This property of list is called ordered. They are stored in a manner, in a sequence as we have given, right? So it can contain duplicates. They are indexed and contains duplicate. We will also see about mutability just after some time, right? So lists are indexed means this apple will be at the 0th index. This banana will be at the first index. Just like strings, 0, the indexing starts from 0 and goes till n minus 1. N means number of elements, number of data points in any list. So 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth index, and so on. Correct? So if I say print this list, which is the name of the list, and square bracket 2, what do you think will be the output? Let me know in the comment section with the timestamp. It will print the second index. So 0, 1, and 2. So at 2, we have cherry. So you see, we have cherry here. If I say this list of 3, it will print banana, because at the third index we have banana, fourth element, right? So this is how we can lists are indexed. And okay, yeah, homogeneous list, then we have heterogeneous list. Yeah, now before going in deep into the properties, I understand there are also multi-dimensional list. Multi-dimensional list means a list inside another list, 2D list. when there is one list inside another list, that is called 2D list, two dimensional. When there is a list inside a list inside another list, 3D. So like list inside another list inside another list. This is sometimes we call it as nested list, right? So there are multi-dimensional lists also. So for an example, L is equal to nothing but like this is the big list where 1, 2, 4 are the three elements. Then the fourth element is nothing but a list itself. So we do not have fourth element's single value. Fourth element itself is a list which contains three different values inside it, right? So if I, what do you think? Print L, it will print the whole list. Just be with me. Although the output has been shown below, but before checking to the output, let us try to understand. L of 0 will print 1. L of 1 will print 2. L of 2 will print 4. But what will L of 3 print? Just let me know your answers in the comment. L of 3 will print this whole list because this is the third element of this L list. Correct? Now, so let me show you. L of 3 will have this much. Right? Now, let's say after this much, just think about this much only. L of 3 of 0, what it will print? So L of 3 will be this list. Am I right? And then zeroth element from that list will be nothing but 5. So you see 5 is printed. Then L of 3 of 1 will print max. And L of 3 of 2 will print 7.9. So this is how we access items of a list using indexes. Right? I hope you are able to understand till here. Moving forward, we have 3D list. See, one is a big list. Inside it, we have another list, this much. Focus. And inside it, we have another list which contains Akshat. It can contain some more letters, some more things like Python. It can have like true. It can have 4.7, anything, right? So this is the list inside this list, inside this list. So like list inside another list is called three-dimensional list, a multi-dimensional, nested list inside another list. So if I say print L of 3, what do you think will it print? L of 1, 0 will be 1, L of 1 will be 2, L of 2 will be 3, 0, 1, 2, second index. Third index will be this whole list, this much. So focus on the brackets. This much will be the third index. Now L of 3 of 0 will be 7. L of 3 of 1 will be 8. L of 3 of 2, like this, will be this whole list. And if you see the type, of L of 3 of 2, it will itself be a list. If I say type of L of 3 of 2, which is this list, right, of 0 will be Akshat. First element, L of 3 of 2, first element will be Python. See, how do I write it? Print L. Okay, so see, guys, if I just comment this all, so print of L will print the whole list. I'll remove this as well. This whole list, right? Now L of 0, just see 1. L of 1 will be 2. If you see the original list, 0, 1. Second index will be 3. See, 3. Now third index, it will be this whole list. Now after third index, if I want to fetch Akshat, how do I do that? In the third L of 3, in this list, 0th element is 7. See, if I show you, 0 is 7, 1 is 8, and 2 is this whole list. So L of 3 of 2 itself is a list. L of 3 of 2 of 0 will be Akshat, which is a string. Of 1, which is Python, again a string. 2, it will be true, Boolean. So if I show you the type of this, let me show you. Print type of this. Since it is true, it will be a Boolean type. See, class bool. Right? So I hope you are able to understand multi-dimensional list, nested list also, and how do we access items, any element from a multi-dimensional list, right? So this is just for practice, another exercise here is we have given. Just do understand this data, how is it stored, and how do you access each element, right? Let's say I want to access mic. So let me know how do we access mic and post your solution in the comments, right? So that I also understand that you are able to understand and you are able to learn from this video, right? So now this is all about positive indexing, but we do have negative indexing also, just like strings. Negative indexing starts from right to left, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on, right? So for an example, L2 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, comma Adam. So if I say L2 of -1, okay, let me just print it actually. I'll just comment them all and come here, print L2 of -1. It will print the last element. See, Adam. L2 of -2 will be 4. -3 will be 3. -4 will be 2. -5 will be 5. So this is how negative indexing, exactly like string, nothing else, right? Now, there is a property of list which is called mutability. Mutability means we can edit a list. Okay, before seeing about the mutability thing, let's say there is a list which is mutable, which we can edit. What do you think will be the application of it? Just think about it for 5 seconds. Pause this video and let me know your answers in the comments. The applications of list can be like, since it is mutable, since we can change the data type, change the values inside a list, we can store informations which are which can be changed in the near future. So for an example, if we are creating an employee program, let's say something related to employee management system, the address of the employee can change. The phone number of the employee can change. The date of uh, age can change. Salary can change. Designation can change. So such kind of values can be stored in a list because they possibly they are changeable in the near future. But there are some values which are not changeable, like name of the employee, like parents name of the employee, blood group of the employee, right? So these are some of the values which are not changeable. Date, joining date, termination date, these are not changeable. So such kind of values cannot be stored in a list. For that we will study tuple. So this is very important application. So whenever we are going to build a large application or any machine learning or data science algorithm or any program, just remember the type of data, the data which can be changed in the future should be stored in a list, and the data which cannot be changed in the near future should not be stored in a list, right? So mutability means we can edit a list. So if I show you L, so L is a list like this. Now, if I want to, let's say, for example, I have written Python by mistake. I want to update it with something else. So first of all, how do I access Python? L of 0123 of 012 012 L of 2 of oh, of uh, 3 is this whole list, 2 is 0. This list is inside list, and in this 0 and 1. So 1 will be this. Okay, move this. Yeah. So this is Python. This is how do we access Python. Now, if I want to change this with something else, let's say Agrawal, right? So this can be changed. See, this element I am assigning the value Agrawal. So let's see if it changes or not. Now, if I print L again, you will see Agrawal. Previously it was Python, now it is Agrawal. And this change has been done in the original list. So this suggests that lists are mutable. We can edit the data inside the list. We can update any data inside the list, right? So this is how this is about list. And there is one more thing like slicing. Again, just like strings, we can cut some part, some different data elements from a list using indexes, right? Like this. Let's say we have a list called li. Okay, I have not created run the program above 1 2 3 4 34 comma, let's say Akshat. Hold on. Yeah. So right, li, and after that if I show you li, this is a list which has these values, right? Now if I want to access 34 and Akshat, how do I do that? So 0th index is 1, first index is 2, second index is 34, and third index is Akshat. So if I want to access this much, I will say print, this statement should be in print also, right? See, li bracket. Now 0, 1, 2. So I'll start from 2 and go till 4. You see, 34 and Akshat are printed. So it is just like strings. It will start from the starting position and go till one less than the ending position, right? So here we have some more examples. If you want to update all the elements from 1 to 4 with these values, you can do that because lists are mutable. Now, to extend the concept of mutability, since the lists are editable, we can add some element to it. We can remove some elements from it. So these are possible, right? How do we add elements? There are three functions to add elements into a list. All of these three are inbuilt functions in Python, and these only work on lists. These functions are specific to list. They are not applicable on strings or tuple or any other data type, right? So let's say we have print li is equal to this much. And now if I want to add some item to uh, this list, right? So currently, originally, the list is like this. If I want to add, let's say, Python at the last of the list, so I will say li dot append inside a bracket. I will write the string or whatever value we want to add, and then I say if I print li, so you will see now the li original string has been updated. It is not a temporary operation; it's a permanent operation. The original actual list li has been updated. So after Akshat, Python has been updated, right? So if I show you print type of li, it's a list, right? So the append function, what append function does is append functions adds one item at the last of the list, but the point is only one item. Append is a function in list which can add one item at the last of the list, end of the list. But what if I want to add more elements to the list? Okay, so just giving you one more example, li.append this list also, we can add this list also to uh, li. Showing you after Python, li.append. Oh, okay, we have run this 2 times, so that is why Python has been added 2 times. It's okay, anyways. But 1001, 2, this is a list. This is one element. Don't get confused. This is a list containing 2 elements, but itself is a one element, right? So this has been added at the last of the list. If I run this cell one more time, you will see this element has been added twice, because once when we ran it last time, and one when I ran it now. So nothing big deal, but append is a function which adds one item at the last of the list. But what if I want to add multiple items to the list at the last? Then we use extend function. Extend function can add multiple items to the list at the last. For an example, li dot extend, and if I want to say 1 comma 2 comma 3 inside a bracket, if I give it, okay, so but let me first print li currently. So this is the current value of li. Okay, let me just make it fresh. I will run all of these cells one only, one times, no, okay, it's okay, okay, yeah, current value of li is this. And if I say li dot extend 1 2 3, okay, and then when we print li, so you will see 1 comma 2 comma 3, these are the three different items added. These are not present inside a list. This is not one element. These are three different data items added at the last of the list. So many times interviewer asks, like, what is the difference between append and extend? So append adds one item at the last of the list. Extend can add multiple items at the last of the list. This is the major difference between append and extend in list, right? So this is about append and extend. Then we have one more function which is called insert. So li dot insert. Okay, now many times it happens that we forget the formula. for function, we do not remember it. So we can just press shift tab tab. So we can just understand the function insert object before index, right? So this function will demand two things. What if I don't want to add element at the last? I want to add something in between. It can be demanded, right? So let's say I want to add 5 at the first index. That means before 1 and 2, between 1 and 2, I want to add 5. So li.insert index position will be 2, sorry, 1, and the data item is 5. And if I say print li, see, 5 is added at the first index of list. Again, another example. If I want to add uh, 2 at the second index, I want to add, let's say, Mumbai. You see, Mumbai added at the second index, 0, 1, 2. At the second index, Mumbai is added. And just focus on one thing. The second index element is not replaced. It is just shifted. See, 234 is still there, but just shifted once, right? So this is about insert function. So there are 3 methods to add any item to the list: append, extend, and insert. Similarly, we can remove items from a list also, right? How do we remove item from the list? Let me show you. There are some functions like remove, pop, clear, delete, something like that, right? So let's say this is the list right now. Let me print it for you properly, right? This is the list right now. I want to delete Mumbai. So what I can do is, okay, so to delete the items from the list, we have 4 different options. First is delete. Okay, guys, remember, if I say delete li, I have not given any condition what to delete. So this will delete the whole list. But right now, I'm not going to do that. I'll show you at the last. But if you want to delete some particular item from the list, we will say delete li of 2. So for an example, 012, Mumbai will be deleted. And then print, after deleting, print li. You see, Mumbai has been deleted from the list, right? So this is what delete does. But this example was to show you something different. How to delete the list, whole list actually, right? Then delete keyword, and after that we have remove. Remove will ask for the value. What value do you want to delete from the list? For an example, let's say there is a list of employees, and I do not remember on which index I have stored Python. I have stored Akshat, but I want to delete Akshat from the list. I do not know the index. So I cannot use remove delete function, because delete function will ask for the index. I do not have. I can directly give the name of the employee or the value to the remove function. So li.remove, let's say print li. So let's say I want to remove this Python once. See, now if I print li, one only, okay, yeah, only, also there is one catch. There were Python was duplicate, but only one Python has been deleted. Second Python is already still there. So li.remove will remove the element you are asking for. This is the purpose of remove. Delete is when you know the index. Remove is when you don't know the index but you don't know the value, right? So this is about remove function. And then we have another pop function. Pop function deletes the element at the last. If you do not give anything at the inside pop function, it will delete the element at the last, correct? Clear is a function which will delete all the elements from the list, but list will stay there. List will not be deleted, list will be there. It will just be like empty. So if you already know SQL, pop clear is like truncate. Clear is like truncate, right? And now after that, if I show you uh, delete li, so it will delete the whole list. And after that, if I show you li to be printed, it will say that list li is not defined, because delete li will delete the element inside the list and the list from the memory. So this is the purpose of different deletion operations, right? And yeah, so after addition and deletion, removal from items, like just see a small use case. Let us see a small use case about append function, right? So let's say we want to add some names of our employees into a list. So what I can do is I can create an empty list. Name is equal to open close bracket. It's an empty list in which I will store all the names entered by the people. For I in range 1 to 6, that means this loop will execute 5 times. And I'm taking a user input is equal to input enter your name. And as they are inputting their name, I am appending those values into the list called name. So name dot append user input. So let's say the loop executes for the first time and I have entered Akshat. So Akshat will be added to the list. Then the loop executes second time. I added Himanshu. Himanshu will be added after Akshat at the end of the list. Then after Himanshu, loop execute one more time. Then let's say I added Harshit. Harshit will be added after Himanshu at the last of the list, right? So let me show you. Enter your name Akshat. Then I enter your name Himanshu. Then Harshit. Then let's say Python. And then let's say India. So see, Akshat, then after that Himanshu was added, after that Harshit, after that Python, after that India. So this is the purpose of append function. This is how we can take multiple user inputs uh, uh, and store them into a list, right? So finally name will act like a list only. There are different couple more methods to add multiple items to a list using loops or from user input and all. Okay, for we can also do one thing. List can also be created from a string. Let me show you an example. So let's say I write L is equal to list of Akshat. So see, Akshat is currently a string and I'm converting the data type from a string to a list. It is as simple as that. And if I say print L, so now see, Akshat has been distributed into A, then K, S, H, A, T, and these are the different elements in a list. If you want to see the type of L, it's a list, right? So after that, I can also take user inputs using and put it into a list. Let's say L is equal to list of input. We have already seen these things. How do we convert the data type at the user input, right? So input, enter name, print L. See, enter name Akshat. Now it has been like this. So user input can also be converted into a list. A string can also be converted into a list. Also, although both of these are similar, it is just Akshat is given by default. Here I am taking it from the user, nothing else. Both are strings, by the way. Now let's see some operations on list. Operation means like addition, subtract, multiplication, or what. Let's say we have two lists n on m. N is 1, 2, 3, 4. M is 3 comma Adam. And if I say n plus m, what it will do? It will club these two lists one after the another. So you see n plus m is something like this. So both the lists are concatenated, right? Multiplication, if I say m multiplied by 5 and multiplied by 3, so it will repeat 5 times. So see, these were the elements in the list m. They are repeating 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 3 times 1, 2, 3. Right? So these are like that only, nothing much serious. We can also traverse over a list. We can put a list inside a loop. For I in n, print I. So it will print all the elements of an n one by one. Correct? Similarly, we can access all the items of any list, multi-dimensional or single-dimensional list, using loops like this only. So there are some exercises for you to practice. And after that, we have some functions over a list. Okay, now these functions are specific to list only. Like a type is a general function, but length is also a general function for string, tuple, and all. Min is also a general function, will give you the minimum value of the list, maximum value from the list. Sorted, it will make the list sorted. Okay, now here is a catch. Let's say I have a list called this, and I say li yeah li dot sort. What will happen? Li, so see, all the elements of original list has been sorted and reshuffled. This is not a temporary operation. This is a permanent operation, right? Now, if I create the same list again and I say sorted of li and then I print li. See, original list is still the same like this, see? But if I print sorted of li for you, this sorted function will make the list sorted in ascending order. But this is not a permanent operation. So many a times interviewer asks, what is the difference between sort and sorted when applied to a list? So sort is a permanent operation. It will change the original list. But sorted is a function in list which will not change the original list. It will just produce a temporary result. So that is the difference between sort and sorted function, right? Similarly, if you want to sort the string list in descending order, reverse is equal to 2 will be another parameter inside the sorted function, right? So these are some of the okay. So to get the index of any item in the list, we can just say li.index and in the bracket we will have the item. So these are some of the functions in applied to a list. And after that, here we have some quick exercises. Quick exercise 1. A string is equal to Adam is a good man, str.title. What does title function do? It will make first letter of every word capital, just to revise strings. And then there is a function of split in a string, which will convert in the string into a list of words, right? So there is just, we are just applying this same thing over a without using the inbuilt function called title. This was the exercise here. I actually forgot, but yeah. So there is a function called title in string, which does this thing. It capitalizes the first letter of every word. But what if we are not allowed to use the title function? So this is the exercise. So the algorithm is, we can convert the string into a list by split function, and then access each item of the list and make the first letter capital. So you see, like this. I dot capitalize. I am making the first letter of every word in the list capital and adding it to a new list using the append function, right? So just see this exercise. Exercise 2 is there, exercise 3 is here, right? So just try to, without seeing the solution first, try to solve these questions so that the concept of string lists become much more clear to us. And yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, that's all pretty much for list. Then in the next video, we will see about list comprehension. I will create a separate video to understand the concept of list comprehension. Just to give you a glimpse right now, list comprehensions are nothing but to create, it's an easy one-liner method to create a list from another list or from some range. For an example, let's say li is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 10. So this is one list, and I want to create another list. L is equal to, I want to create, put all the even numbers in this list, let's say in L. So what I can do is, I can say I, for I in Li, if I mod 2 equal to 0, and print L, you see, L has all the even numbers. So this is just a method of list comprehension, right? So just we will create separate video for it so that we understand it in detail and practice some questions. But yeah, just wanted to give you a glimpse of list comprehension. Yeah, so that's all for this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Just remember, you will get this practice notebook here on GitHub, class 10 list in Python, and the link to this GitHub repository is already added into the description of this video, right? So that's all for lists in Python. And if you like, if you understand this video, if you are able to learn something new, and if you're able to understand Python in an easier and practical manner, so please consider liking this video, subscribing to the YouTube channel, and share this video with your friends so that it reaches those who want to learn Python in easy and practical manner with examples, right? So that's all from my side, and I'll see you in the next video.